Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Kyle Henderson along with Ty Simpson, Alabama quarterback commitment, here today to talk about a variety of topics. But first, definitely hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. Ty, we appreciate you joining us. Overall 5-star pro style quarterback out of Martin, Tennessee, 6 foot, 200 pounds, fresh back from the Elite 11. Ty, I wanted to start out. And first of all, thank you for joining us. But, kind of talking about your relationship with new Alabama offensive coordinator Bill OBrien. I think a lot of people are super excited about Bill OBrien. He's taking over for Steve Sarkisian. You got to meet him. You got to work out with him. First of all, thanks for coming on the show and tell us a little bit about Bill OBrien.
Yeah, Kyle, glad to be here. Thank you for having me. But no, me and Coach OBrien's relationship is pretty good. I feel like he's very knowledgeable of the game. He's coached Deshaun Watson, Tom Brady, and he's been very successful, in his football coaching career. So, and of course, Coach Saban's not going to bring anybody that's not the best of the best there at Alabama. So, opportunity to play for him and be able to just go down there every time and learn something new is something I take advantage of, and I can't wait to do it. Be down there.
Yeah, I'm excited to get to see Bill OBrien. I mean, he's coming in, and like you said, I mean, he was a NFL coach. He comes in, from what I gather, a lot of people really excited about what he's bringing to the overall room. So really interesting that you got an opportunity to work out with him. What were some maybe takeaways from, you working out with him kind of, from the video that we have here that he helps you maybe fine tune your game going into your senior season?
Yeah, he's very precise about the quarterback's feet.
Mm-hmm.
And Brady, you can see that with Brady and Watson. The quarterback, his feet are, one of the most best parts of his game from the standpoint of, if the feet aren't right, then, nothing's going to be right. So he's always, on me about my feet. And when my feet aren't right, then, he's going to get on me pretty good. So being able to work out with him and see that, and take that to my high school and make sure, all right, next year is going to be a lot more different. So let's work on it now, so it'll be easier there in December. So
I'm curious to get your take about your recent official visit to Alabama, meeting with Nick Saban, and your family getting the chance to experience Tuscaloosa. And I've been here now for almost 6 years, and Tuscaloosa is a really great place for us. But curious to get your take, when you came with your family and of course, developing a relationship with Nick Saban.
Yeah, that was honestly our first time all there together there in Tuscaloosa really period. So, having everybody there and seeing, what I'm going into and what the town's like and what the people are like is, I think is the best thing about the program. Just the people. Everybody there has a place and understands why Alabama is so successful. So, coming from a college coach's family and understanding, how everything works, it's just a well-oiled machine there in Tuscaloosa. And so being able to see where everybody has a place and like that is just really, 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 really awesome. And then, the campus period is just beautiful. It reminds me a lot of UT Martin. And of course, a lot of people know growing up, that's where I wanted to go. I thought UT Martin was, the Alabama of the college football world. So, I see a lot of similarities in, those two programs, and I'm excited.
Your relationship, you don't have to go too deep into it, but, with Nick Saban, I mean, the greatest college football coach of all time. I mean, he's so dialed in, even after a 13-0 season. Nobody has more energy than Coach Saban. What can you tell us about, kind of the recruitment with Coach Saban?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He's a pretty good golfer. He may be mad at me for saying this, but yesterday he called me and told me he got a hole-in-one. So he may be a really good college coach, but he's a really good golfer too. But no, the relationship there is something that is priceless. I feel like a guy who has had success like he has in recruiting some little country dude like me and little small town Martin, Tennessee. I think it's pretty awesome that I get the opportunity to play for him and being coached by him. But every time I'm in the office with him, we talk for 30 minutes plus. Not just about football, but just about other things. Because knowing that he understands that my standpoint of why I want to come in here. And then if football doesn't work out, then, I want to coach for him one day. Yeah. So, every time I talk to him, I feel like it's an interview, making sure that I'm good enough to be a GA for him if I don't make it to the next level. But no, I really enjoy Coach Saban. I feel like that every time we talk, we get along pretty well, and that, we're going to take it far and hopefully win another national championship or two.
It's so funny. So yesterday, so Saban, gets a hole in one. I'm curious to see, how it played out, because yesterday I played golf. I played a front nine, and I hit a 47-yard chip in birdie. So I don't know if that's ever going to happen again, but, yesterday I guess was good for golf for those who love golf. Here with Ty Simpson, Alabama quarterback commit. Definitely hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. We appreciate you more than you know. Ty, what can you tell me about this recruiting class and your excitement about, getting to play and being committed with some of these other guys? I mean, Amari Niblock recently on, Jeremiah Alexander from the great state of Alabama now on board. Your thoughts on this recruiting class as it starts to get a lot of momentum?
Yeah, this recruiting class, I think it's going to be, one of the best ones, of course. I think every recruiting class that Coach Saban and Alabama staff recruits are going to be one of the greats. But I think it's really special about this class. It's that, we're going to be the smaller one in the group. Like last year, right? A bunch of commitments and, one of the, I think, the best recorded class ever recorded. Am I wrong? Right. So, we're going to be smaller than most other classes, and that's what I think makes it special, right? We may be small, but we're still going to have good players. So, Amari Niblock, he recently committed. Jeremiah Alexander, those are great commits. I was so excited when they committed. Me and Emmanuel Henderson, kind of the old heads, I guess you can say, been committed a long time. But no, it's going to pick up very soon. Me and those guys have been talking to a lot of guys. One should be actually tomorrow, I feel like. So be on the lookout for that. But hey, I'm excited. I feel like we'll flip some dudes, and we're still going to be Alabama. So I'm looking forward to it.
All right, good stuff. I wanted to get your take. You were also at the let me see if there we go. You were also at the Elite 11. I used to work for the Elite 11. I don't know if a lot of people know that way back in the day. So I know the people who Brian Stumpf, who runs the organization. They do a fantastic job. It's a lot about, developing that camaraderie with other quarterbacks, top quarterbacks from across the country, a great learning experience. What were your takeaways from the Elite 11, and how did they help you kind of fine tune your game going into this senior season?
I really enjoyed it. It was a great experience. I met, a lot of great people, and not only did it help my, my game, but it helped my social standpoint too, from the standpoint of, going over interviews for people like that, doing the techniques for, just breathing and have the most fun in the history of fun. And then at the same time, how to prepare for, pressure situations when we're down in the fourth quarter, in the SEC championship against Georgia, and having, or the national championship like Tua did, just breathing and, coming up big and throwing a dot to Devontae Smith to win it. Things like that. And, that's really the biggest thing I took away from the Elite 11 is just mentally being prepared for situations. And I think, that's helped me a lot, not just with, workouts and practice, but in the games and 7-on-7, I remember our breathing technique, just to breathe and have fun. Even though we take it seriously, it's just a game, and you're committed to Alabama for a reason. You're committed to Ohio State, LSU, all different types of colleges from the quarterbacks there. So I really enjoyed it, and I can see why they have so much success with what they do.
Couple more questions before we let you go. Again, Ty Simpson, Alabama quarterback commit, class of 2022. Definitely hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. We appreciate you guys watching. Kind of your goals and, I don't know, expectations, but, it's your senior season. You got your fellas on your team. What are you guys looking forward to, setting some goals out for your senior season? And from a leadership standpoint, a student athlete standpoint, kind of talk to me about your mindset going into your senior season.
Yeah, if I said anything else, I would be lying to you. But I feel like we have a chance to win the state championship. We're very experienced now. We got a lot of guys back, a lot of guys that had big years last year. And then we're going down a division instead of 3A. We're going to 2A. So we I guess we'll be the big dogs, I guess you can say, in 2A. And I'm excited. I want to go out with a bang. Me and my dad talk about this all the time. What's your legacy going to be at Westview? Are you just going to be the guy who's going to Alabama who had averaged 3 seasons, or are you going to be the guy who led your team to the first state championship ever in the history of Westview High School? So I want to go out with a bang, and I plan on doing that with Alabama when my time comes. Whether that's the first year, the second year, third year. I know Bryce is going to have a great year. Then when he goes to the draft, Jalen Milroe is going to have a good year. And then when my time's up, I plan on going out with a bang there too. So I'm excited, and these guys have worked really hard, and I'm excited to see what we do.
Lastly, so you commit to Alabama. I figure in the end, there was a couple schools involved in the mix. Maybe talk about the decision to commit to Alabama over I don't know, mention a couple favorites there at the end, but what ultimately led to you committing to the Alabama Crimson Tide?
It was a really hard decision, but also not a hard decision, if that makes sense to you. Alabama speaks for itself from the standpoint of that. Everybody there wants you to be great. If you don't be great, it's on you, right? Coach Saban has set up a great process from the weight room to the media people to the communications and the nutrients. It's football heaven. So being able to be in the building with guys like Bill OBrien and Coach Doug Marrone and Coach Saban. He's got Bill Belichick in there almost every 2 weeks, right? So, how many people can say they're in the building with those type of people every single day? That's basically your work. And then, watching Mac this year and getting on the phone with him really, really opened my eyes. And what I mean by that is, I asked Mac, I said, Mac, if you went any other place, do you think you'd be the player you are? Because he's 15th pick in the draft, first round. So he's playing for, one of the best teams in National Football League. And he told me, I'll never forget this, Ty, I would not be the same player if I didn't go to Alabama. And that really stuck to me because he waited his turn. He did it the right way. And when time came, he took advantage of it. And he almost won the Heisman and then was a first-round pick. And that's what, my dreams are doing. And whether that's, like I said, the first year or the fourth year, I plan on taking advantage of it and, getting that degree from the University of Alabama, putting it high on my wall so I can show my kids.
All right. Well, good stuff. I think it's, you hit it right on the money. I think what Mac Jones was able to do in terms of kind of waiting for his time was really impressive. Comes away and he still wins the Davey O'Brien Award. The season that he put together and the overall efficiency is something that I don't think we've ever seen, right? So you have Tua Tagovailoa, then you have Mac Jones handing over the keys to the Bugatti of the football program, and now Bryce Young steps on the field. So yeah, Ty, we really appreciate your time. Thank you very much for going over these questions. We'll definitely put the social media links for people to follow you as you continue to go into your senior season. I hope this isn't the last time that we communicate. Maybe we have another kind of meeting, towards the later part of the season or after the season. Whenever it is before you get to Tuscaloosa, but we really appreciate it. If you could drop a thumbs up, like in the description box, we'd certainly appreciate it. And again, Ty, thank you very much. We appreciate it, buddy.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.